everyone. Welcome to my podcast, From the Pole to the Podcast. And today, I just want to introduce myself and what we're going to be doing here and what you'll probably see for the next 12 to 13 weeks. Hi, my name is Leah, and I'm a stripper. Yay! I do a lot of other things, of course, mostly because I'm more of an entrepreneur than a stripper. But yeah, let's just get into it, and I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So I was actually born in South Dakota, uh, and I came here after coming here as a kid, and I loved it here. I came here as an adult to just kind of experience the world, get away from the Midwest. Right beforehand, I traveled a little bit and saw the other coasts, and it just didn't intrigue me that much. So this has been great. I've been here for 6 years, since 2016. I've done a lot of things since I've been here, starting at a young age of 21, a young adult. I was actually in the medical field first. I wanted to become a nurse, and so I was a CNA and a personal service worker. But those jobs just didn't work out for me, like many jobs for many people. And so then I decided to make ice cream. I don't know who thought that was a good plan for me. It wasn't me, that's for sure. But yeah, I literally created ice cream in like negative 10, 20 degree weather every day for 2 years. And that didn't work out for me either. I didn't like doing those for that long. So as like a young adult, I started getting into businesses, entrepreneurship. I wanted to do something for myself, but also for the world. And that takes a while to kind of figure out. So in 2019, I went back home for my sister's wedding. And while I was there, the Sturgis Rally is happening. I don't know if you guys know what the Sturgis Rally is, but it's where a bunch of biker people come together. They enjoy their time drinking, and there's dancers there. I would consider this to be more of a kind of like a tease dance or go-go dancing more than it is strip dancing. Mostly because stripping is nudity, where it's not legal. So I did that and I hated it. I hated it for many reasons, things that we'll probably talk about more deeply in other podcasts in the future, but I just did not enjoy my experience there. It took me another year as I was trying out some other businesses, doing some other things with my life. And that time I got into OnlyFans. OnlyFans is a place where people can post things that they don't post on other platforms, or maybe that aren't allowed on other platforms. And you can subscribe for a monthly basis or pay to see specific types of content. So when I got on there because I wanted to model. And I was taking all these photos and had no place to put 400, 500, 300 sets of photos. I'm putting a few up on Instagram, a few up on here. I really didn't have an outlet to release all these, what I thought were really great photos for someone who was not experienced in the modeling world. And so I started creating income off of that, which was really nice. And I actually started getting into modeling more, and I did Portland Fashion Week, and I'm actually starting an agency with some friends to help create a safe spot for not only new models or maybe people who don't want to become professional models, but also for models in OnlyFans, sex workers, strippers, people who need a photographer who is safe, need to know that they're safe, and would like a third-party background check on them. We are going to be that company that's going to do that for all people, not just for the main fashion models or big companies. So we're really excited about that. But right before I had started this with my friends, before this idea had come up, I was like, what am I going to do with my life? Like, I'm doing this modeling thing, but I'm not really sure what I want it to look like. And so I kind of went back to that time back in South Dakota when I did that dancing, and I was like, it was fun in a sense, but like the experience was just rough. So I started doing a lot of research, and I found out that Portland is actually the highest per capita strip club. And I was so excited to see that. That meant my options were wide ahead of me. It meant that there was a huge need for strippers here in Portland. especially after COVID, I was pretty certain there wasn't a lot of dancers dancing. So I started looking out which ones were the best, and I actually found out that DV8 was one of the highest rated clubs to go to. And so that's where I went. I did my little dance there, and then I did my whole day's worth of trial there, and I've been working there since then. I've learned a lot, and I expect to be sharing that to you here on this podcast. But also, I would like to bring in some of the other dancers here and some other people that work in different types of sex work, or people who were dancers and have aged out of dancing, or who have moved past wanting to make that their full-time income, and kind of what that looked like for them. Just, I want to show you the reality behind the door, right? After you leave, you're drunk, you go home, you forget. I want you to learn about what those people have to go through when they're heading home at night, right? When you're going to bed safely, what they have to do to be awake and alive and lively for you at the club, what it's like to get in, and what happens when you get kicked out. Yes, dancers get kicked out just like every other job. You can get fired. It's not all fun and games. And more importantly, what are the rules? People don't talk about rules. Pretty much it's a free for all. And so I just want to kind of sit here today for our intro and give you some background of do's and don'ts for being a dancer, right? You come into a club your first time, maybe you've done it a few times, and you didn't really think about it the first few times you went in. Well, here's a chance to just sit and think, maybe I should do those things. The first thing with coming into a club is deciding how much money you're going to spend. And I get that that's not a fun thing to do when you're going to go out and have fun. You're like, oh, just go buy some drinks. But when you come into a strip club, we're not being paid. Only tips. Only and always tips. No club pays us to be there. In fact, we pay to be there. We pay every night to dance on their floor, which means you got a tip while you're there. So know how much you're going to be spending, because once you're there, you're not going to think about it. And unfortunately for you and whoever dancers are there, it's probably not going to be as much fun. If you go in there and you're like, I'm only going to spend $2, well, $2 is not even a drink at a bar. Just saying, you're spending less than what you paid for your drink on someone who's entertaining you. So don't go to a club if you're not going to tip. If you don't plan on tipping, just go to a bar and buy your drinks there. You literally can see ladies there too. They're just not naked. The point of coming to a strip club is to see sexy ladies dancing and being naked. So tip, make sure you know how much you're going to tip. The other thing is when to tip. If you are watching for any amount of time a dancer on the pole or on her stage, you need to be tipping. Doesn't matter if you're at the bar. It doesn't matter if you're in the far corner where no one can see you. It doesn't matter if you're sitting right next to where she's dancing. You need to be tipping if you're watching. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like I just said, if you're just watching from afar, just go up and give $1, $2. You know, we do 2, 3, maybe 4 dances depending on the club a set. And so, you know, $1 for anywhere between 6 to 12 minutes, it's not a lot. That's not a lot of money. More people pay for my OnlyFans than that, you know? So, just remember that this is like watching Netflix. You pay before you watch. So just think about that as like you're sitting there. You're like, oh, have I tipped recently? You know, it doesn't have to be a lot, like I said, but it's just the gesture. The second thing is when someone tells you if you ask, let's start with that. If you ask how much something costs and someone tells you and you try to bargain with them, don't do that. You asked, they told you, just say yes or no. Because that's their price. If you're going to bargain with them, then you should have just come up and been like, this is how much I have. What can I get for this? That way, you're probably going to get less gypped because the person's probably going to feel more happy that you're honest with them and will give you something free or a little extra or maybe be a little enthusiastic with you. And also, like, you're getting for what you paid for and you're not gypping the dancer, right? If you ask for a certain something and you ask for it lower than what they give you the price, you're gypping that person their rent, their food, the clothing they need to look good every night when they're there. You know, you're expecting these women to be makeuped up, hair done, nails done, really pretty, in fit, but you're not even willing to pay them the price that they're asking for a dance. It's like, and also, I think it's just fair that if you pay someone their price, then you should tip on top of that if you can, if you have that money. I think it's just a nice gesture. And also, if you're a return customer, if you tip on top of what they've been asked to pay for, you are definitely going to get freebies, extra kindness, and also I sit next to people who buy me drinks. So if you can't tip somebody, but you want a pretty lady next to you, buy a drink. Maybe it's cheaper in your mind. It really isn't, but just buy a drink then if you want to talk to someone for a little bit. But yeah, I think those are the basic do's and don'ts, right? Besides the normal, don't get too drunk, don't be too crazy. Just be considerate. The people too, we want to have fun at work, but also it is our job. And so know that not all those ladies there are really drunk. They may act like it, they may look like it, but they're doing that because that's their work. That's their job, is to make you have fun, to help you enjoy your fun, to help you be in a space where everyone's happy, right? So know if you come in with a sour face that it's going to be a little hard for other dancers to want to come and sit next to you or entertain you, because they're trying to also keep up on top of whatever they may be having happening in their life. And I've met many dancers who have come in and been like, I don't want to be here. I want to sleep. I've had a terrible day, and then walk out and be very happy, energetic, and taking on other people's trauma or stuff they've been going through for the day. So just remember to be thoughtful when you are going into a club. These are people too. So yeah. So now that we got those two things out of the way, the next thing I would like to talk about is how I am getting paid, right? I said I do a lot of things. I do work still at DV8. And so if you would like to come and support me while I'm working there, I would absolutely love that. Also, I am on OnlyFans, and so if you would like to support me there, you can go to OnlyFans. I have a free subscription where you would just see kind of like my behind the scenes. I have selling posts there and stuff like that, but also I have premium subscription. I have paid premium subscription there. That's what I got. But if you would like to check that out, go ahead, go on there. But I think the biggest top things for me right now would be this podcast. If you would like to sponsor or have a little bit of advertisement at the end of my podcast, if you would like to do like a little trade where you give me products and maybe I wear them or have them here and then let people know where I got them, I would love to work with as many, especially local small businesses here in Portland, and help get names out. And even more so, I'm a model creating a modeling agency. So if you need a model, go ahead and send me a DM. Just let me know what you're looking for. And we're looking for models too for our business. Our production staff has decided that we'll be going with Elite Production Studios for our name. I'm very excited about that. We have our website up, and we are making a calendar for December. So if you would like to pre-order any calendars, please send Elite Production Studios on Instagram, which you'll be able to find that on my Flow page. We'll have that for you guys. But they are really great people that I'm working with. We have photographers, hair designers, makeup artists, clothing designers, We're working with other types of models, and we have a couple really good marketing people with us that will be creating our imagery for all the things that we'll be putting out. So I'm super excited. But if you would like to support that group or be a part of the group, just make sure to message us and let us know. We are also looking to be starting some education trainings. So once a month, we will be putting out a training that you can pay to come. If you're a photographer, a model, a hair makeup dresser, or even a designer, we're going to have people in those fields at a location talking about what that's like, how to get into it, things you may need, other things like that. We're going to be starting that. We were going to start that on the 9th of this month, but a lot of things have come up. We were a little shorthanded, so we'll be pushing that back, and I'll let you guys know when we have the next date for that as well. And I think that's it. Those are all the things I'm doing right now. So again, if you want to support us in any way, shape, or form, make sure to find the links, message me. We would love it, and we would love to be able to support you guys as well. So look for new episodes every week. Here you can watch it on talkcastpdx.com or any of my social medias. And until next time, I'll see you later, freaks.